Welcome back to Whispers of the Jungle with OK, Ojas, and Krupa, the podcast where nature tells the story and we try not to interrupt too much. Today's episode is about a place that honestly sounds made up. Imagine this: a rugged landscape in Rajasthan, massive granite hills, tiny villages, temple bells ringing in the distance, and leopards casually walking around like they own the neighborhood. Because, well, they kind of do. Welcome to Jawai, the land where humans and leopards have somehow figured out the one thing the internet still can't: how to coexist peacefully. And trust me, the story is wilder than it sounds.
All right, let's start with the basics. Where exactly is Jawai, and what are the nearest railway stations and airports if someone's planning their travel there?
So, Jawai is tucked away in the Aravali Hills in Rajasthan, specifically in the Pali district. The landscape here is truly something else. It's known for the stunning granite rock formation that was shaped by volcanic activities millions of years ago. When it comes to getting there, you have got a couple of good options. The closest railway stations are Jawai Band and Falna. They both are very well connected, especially from Mumbai. You'll find plenty of train options. If you would rather fly to save time, the best option is to land in Udaipur. From there, it's about a scenic 3 to 4 hour drive to Bera village, which is at the heart of the Jawai region.
That's super helpful. But going back to something you mentioned earlier, there's actually a question I've been really eager to ask. Been holding on to it patiently. Who saw giant wildcats nearby and thought, yes, excellent place to settle?
Probably someone much braver than us. But the incredible thing is that attacks on humans there are actually very rare.
That's honestly shocking because leopards are serious predators.
They are. They are incredibly intelligent too. Think of them as the secret agents of the jungle.
Meanwhile, lions are like, look at me, everybody.
True. Lions are extroverts. Leopards, they are silent professionals. So, a huge reason this coexistence works is because of the local Rabari community. So, this Rabari community is basically a traditional group known for their nomadic lifestyle, cattle herding, and rich cultural heritage. For generations, they have lived alongside wildlife and developed a deep respect for the leopards. Some people even consider the leopards as guardians of local temples.
Meanwhile, my neighborhood WhatsApp group loses its mind over one stray dog.
See, that's the difference. In Jawai, people grew up understanding the animals instead of automatically fearing them. That understanding changes everything.
Honestly, humans fear what they don't understand.
Right. Now let's talk about the landscape. So, Jawai's giant granite formation are basically luxury apartments for leopards. This is the main reason why leopards love Jawai.
Welcome to Leopard Heights, open cave concept, excellent sunset views.
That's a very funny and a very nice way of putting it out. The caves provide shelter, the rocks provide camouflage, and there's enough prey around to support them. And leopards are insanely adaptable.
Fun fact: leopards can drag prey heavier than themselves up trees.
Oh, really? Wow.
But on a serious note, how do people stay safe?
Now, obviously, coexistence doesn't mean people are taking selfies with leopards.
Thank God, because somewhere on earth, someone would absolutely try it.
Well, okay, but people in Jawai have adapted their routines over generations. They know where leopards usually move, which area to avoid at night, and how to respect the animal's space.
That's such an important point. This harmony isn't accidental, it's built on awareness.
Exactly. And the leopards there also tend to avoid humans. They mostly hunt natural prey and stay cautious around villages.
So basically, both sides agreed you don't bother me, I won't bother you. You do you, and I do me.
Exactly. The most successful peace treaty ever.
But what about tourism? How is that? Is there any impact of tourism over this peaceful treaty?
Of course. Once people around the world heard about Jawai, tourism exploded.
Because humans discover one cool hidden place and immediately arrive with cameras, drones, and overpriced coffee.
Very true. Now, wildlife safaris are a huge attraction there. People travel globally hoping to spot a leopard sitting dramatically on a rock.
Leopards really do pose like they know they are photogenic.
They absolutely do. But tourism has also helped conservation. Local communities now earn income through guiding, hospitality, and safaris. So, protecting wildlife directly benefits people.
How amazing is that? When conservation supports livelihoods, people become partners in protecting nature.
Absolutely. But balance is still important. Too much tourism can stress wildlife, and leopards still need privacy and space.
Honestly, same here.
That's right. So now it's time for rapid fire leopard facts.
Bring it on.
Do you know leopards can run up to around 50 to 60 kilometers per hour?
Which practically means if one is chasing you, you are cat food.
Well, you're probably right there. Well, here's one more. Their spots are unique to every leopard.
So that's Mother Nature saying no copy paste designs allowed. That sounds a lot like tigers as well.
True. Also, leopards are excellent swimmers.
Of course they are. Any other hidden talents?
Well, they are mostly active during dawn and dusk.
Sounds a lot like us, isn't it?
Haha, yes. Okay, but the bigger message here is what Jawai makes special isn't just the leopards. It's what the place represent. A reminder that coexistence is possible.
Not perfect coexistence, but respectful coexistence.
Yes. In many places, wildlife disappears because humans expand without limits. But Jawai shows another path, a slower, more aware, more respectful relationship with nature.
And honestly, that feels rare these days.
Very rare. The people there didn't build harmony through fences or fear. They built it through generations of understanding. And that might be the most powerful conservation lessons of all.
So if you ever visit Jawai, remember, you are technically visiting the leopard's neighborhood.
And unlike humans, they probably won't leave passive aggressive notes.
Dear tourists, please stop shouting during safari.
We are trying to nap.
Relatable. So that balance between humans and wildlife is incredible. But I've also been hearing that things are becoming a bit more stringent and regulated now. What's changing on that front?
Yes, that's right. So, as of May 2026, the Rajasthan High Court has stepped in with some pretty decisive measures to protect leopards in Jawai. This comes in response to growing concerns. Things like overcrowded safari zones, off roading driving, safety issues, drone usage, and just the overall pressure of the ecosystem on the ecosystem.
It makes a lot of sense, especially with tourism picking up.
Exactly. So now access is being more tightly controlled. Only registered safari vehicles with GPS tracking are allowed. And activities like night safaris, wildlife baiting, and even noise disturbances can lead to a significant penalties.
That sounds like a serious crackdown.
It is. And probably the most important move is that no new hotels, resorts, or mining activities will be allowed in the leopard habitats going forward. All of these measures are really aimed at protecting Jawai's fragile ecosystem and preserving that rare balance between people and wildlife.
Thanks for listening to Whispers of the Jungle with OK. If you enjoyed this episode, Share it with someone who loves wildlife, travel, or mysterious cats with elite stealth skills. Join the journey. Also, before we close, remember if a rock in Rajasthan suddenly blinks, run respectfully.